Snack companies struggle with the pandemic due to a slow in sales and staffing shortages. How they're getting back on their feet during the COVID crisis. Those stories and much more coming up tonight at 6.
And during the pandemic, there was no chip shortage at a local snack company, but there was a shortage of workers.
That's right. Coming up next, how this business was able to keep moving forward by teaming up with a well-known candy factory. We'll be right back.
You're watching KITV4 Island News.
During the pandemic last year, our local snack company struggled with staffing shortages, while a longtime candy business was hurt by sluggish sales.
But as KITV4's Morita McDonald reports, they were able to keep moving forward by coming up with a sweet and salty solution.
Menehune Mac started back in 1928 by two little old ladies, and this was way before statehood. So there really isn't too much information on the registration of the company and whatnot. My father bought it in the early 70s.
Susan Morita talks about the long history of Menehune Mac candies in Hawaii and how business was severely impacted by the pandemic.
25% was Japanese, 25% locals, 25% was walk-in retail, and 25% was the wedding market. And when the pandemic hit, boom, zero. We couldn't export anywhere because no one would take anyone's product for fear of COVID. So we were stuck.
By midsummer of 2020, sales had plummeted and operations had come to a halt at Menehune Mac.
100%, we had to go on unemployment because we had no income coming in. Bills still had to get paid, right? We still had to pay our rent, electricity, because we couldn't shut down any of our refrigeration units or even our heating tanks that keep our chocolates melted. So none of that could be shut down.
But Morita says that's when conversations started with Jimmy Chan at Hawaiian Chip Company, and a salty sweet pairing was born.
We've known Hawaiian Chip Company, Jimmy Chan, for the past 20 years. So he was looking for manpower. We had the manpower, but we just didn't have the sales. And opposite, he had the sales, but he had no manpower. So we've been talking about this for a while, kind of kidding around. And then, boom, we had to make a decision on both sides.
And with that, Hawaiian Chip Company acquired the Menehune Mac brand and assets, keeping all of the staff on board, which Morita says is an exciting collaboration.
We have our melted chocolates along with his fresh chips. And again, boom, sweet meets salty. We're drizzling our chocolate onto his chips. Our philosophies are the same. We like to use local products. For us, 100% Hawaiian macadamia nuts, Kona coffee. And for the Hawaiian Chip Company, Big Island orange potatoes, sweet potatoes. Whatever he can find locally, he'll source locally.
Moving forward, keeping Hawaii's legacy brands alive means supporting them in stores and buying local.
But when you go into the grocery store, buy that aloha tofu, buy the Hawaiian Chip Company. Go ahead and, get the Menehune Mac products. So, maybe you might spend a little bit more, but quality's here and your money stays here in Hawaii.
Morita McDonald, KITV4 Island News.
Important to support local. Well, new tonight.